Is it all real? What are you talking about? Are you talking about all this spiritual voodoo? No, actually in this video, no. In this video I will be actually answering a question of somebody. Is it all real when we talk about the 3D world? This glass that I'm holding in my hand, this cover for my glasses, this t-shirt, me, my body, everything we see around us, the political bullshit we see in the world, the stars we see in the sky, the moon that we see hanging over there. Is it all real? Why does a person ask such a question, you may ask? Well, sometimes looking at the world around us, we really start to wonder, is this for real? Is this really happening? Sometimes we ask these questions when something is like extraordinary, it's wonderful, it's beautiful, it's superb. But lately it's generally when we see again shit hitting the fan. And so first when I read the question, actually it was a lot of short questions, it was like a whole paragraph. I was like, okay, these are a lot of questions. And how to answer such a thing? But then slowly it started to come to me. And in this video I will be trying to get you to understand at least my perspective on things, because that person asked me the question. So I'll be sharing my view on things. So sit tight, buckle up, fasten your seatbelt. We're gonna go on a ride. Well, everything is as real as you want it to be. And this works both ways. Everything is as unreal as you want it to be as well. Example. I have plenty of examples. Let's start with something that's not related to the current situation on this planet. When I decided to move from Amsterdam to Romania, many people were totally shocked, both Romanians and non-Romanians, so mainly the Dutch people. Because from their perspective, the Netherlands is here and Romania is down there somewhere. And maybe the Netherlands is actually all the way up there. That's their perspective. And that has been the perspective of a lot of people regarding different countries, generally less developed country, looking at the developed countries. And so, for example, this resulted in what we would call in the Netherlands positive discrimination in my case, where I was valued at a higher level than a Romanian coach, simply because I came from the Netherlands, which makes no sense at all. You can come up with whatever reasoning being, but the Dutch are more open-minded, the Dutch are more tolerant, whatever, the Romanians, yeah, they come from communism, whatever. No, bullshit. The Netherlands is not that fantastic paradise. The Netherlands is just very good at doing PR. Amsterdam used to be a very liberal city. I cannot judge how it is today, but it used to be. Before I left, already things start to crumble down. And if you would leave Amsterdam, you would just encounter all the same shit you encounter in other countries. Hell, we even have villages in the Netherlands where people all wear black on Sundays to go to church, where almost nothing is allowed, and they're full of incest and all kind of shitty things happening, because that's what's happening in these closed communities, which are so-called very religious, but then the father fucks his own daughter or whatever, because that's what they do in these communities. It has nothing to do with religion, it's just what happens when the minds are closed or are very narrow. People do strange things. I mean, hell, a dog fucks his own mom to make babies. So basically people, when they don't develop but they go backwards, they go more towards the animal behavior. So yeah, you have that shit in the Netherlands. And you can do some research, you'll find it. Tolerance, bullshit. The Netherlands is full of discriminating people in all kind of ways. I got discriminated multiple times. Sometimes it was really fun because I would have like a 6-seater in first class by myself in the train. Other times it was annoying. But hey, it happens. Here in Romania, actually, I didn't experience discrimination except for that positive discrimination for a while. But I'm not meeting this kind of people anymore. I just choose to be surrounded by open-minded people. So yeah, things are different. So basically, when I moved, people were like, oh, Romania, oh, it's grey, it's communist, it's poor, it's corrupt. Both. The Dutch and the Romanians were saying this. Not all of them, but most of them. And the Netherlands, the Netherlands is democratic and honest and clean and nice. Well, politicians are corrupt in both countries. There's a lot of proof of it. A simple example is that the Senate, the first chamber in the Netherlands, is full of corruption. It has been proven. And then they actually proved it themselves again by saying like, okay, an investigation is needed regarding corruption within our ranks. We will do this ourselves. And so they investigated themselves and concluded there was no corruption. For me, that is the ultimate proof of corruption. You don't have an external party checking out. No, you do it yourself. Am I stealing? No, I'm not stealing. Okay, I'm not a thief. Yeah, right. So, for many people, that was their reality. The Netherlands is here, Romania is there. The Dutch people are here, the Romanian people are here. I never really believed that. Okay, maybe a certain age. But once I started to see the world for what it is, once I started to open up more and more and more, and I was raised to have an open mind, I started to see that everywhere we have the same. It's just in a different shape. So the reality for one is very different from the reality for another person, although they may be living in the same country. Many people in the Netherlands love the Netherlands. Many people in the Netherlands hate the Netherlands. The same here in Romania. So when you ask what is real, what is not, it depends on your perspective on. I did experience a very different kind of energy and people in this country, Romania. People are more warm. People are actually more open to interact. People are more generous, while basically having less than the average Dutch people. I mean, the average income here is 1/7 or 1/8 of, no, maybe 1/5. I don't know, but it's a big difference between the average income here in Romania and in the Netherlands. Yet people are more generous here. But maybe you have a completely different experience when you came to visit here. Why is that? Because of the difference in our frequencies. So before I left the Netherlands, I realized that many people didn't match me anymore. So having had hundreds of friends, I started to reduce that in my 30s already. And when I reached my 40s, I really started slashing even more off. And then when I moved, there was a beautiful excuse, because I really saw the true faces of people. When I decided to move, I really saw the true faces. And for some, I didn't really want to see it, but eventually I had to see it. And so I let go of a lot of people. When I look at a current group of friends, it's actually not even that small, but they're very different. The people are open-hearted, fully or partially, but their hearts are open, they connect from there, and they act mainly from love. Where all those that I have let go act mainly from fear. From fear you get anger, you get all the negative stuff. Everything that we label negative comes from there. And it's not just that people are different here. It is what I do attract because I changed. I felt isolated and lonely for a certain period of time, actually for a few periods of time in my life, because I was not open myself. So when I did open up, suddenly people kept pouring into my life. And I can honestly say today that I have wonderful people around me, physically here in Bucharest, a little bit further within the country, within Europe, and elsewhere on this planet. Literally on all continents. Yes, North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, North, Central, Southeast, and Australia. Everywhere. We do attract. Like I said previously, if we start spreading shit around us, we will be stepping into shit. If we start spreading love, beautiful flowers around us. We will be stepping into love and beautiful flowers. We will have beautiful smell coming our way. So if you ask yourself, is this real what I'm seeing? It means that there's something in you that you're radiating and that attracts certain things in your life. The outside world is merely a reflection of our inside world. That's why for some people the world is a total shithole, it's a total mess, and it's going to end badly. It's already totally fucked up, but it's going to get even worse and then it's going to end. For other people, the world is a beautiful, dynamic entity that's transforming and that's evolving in something new and different. And that is, even within its development, is beautiful. And is evolving to something more beautiful. Some people have always found that the world is a beautiful place. So, depending how we are on the inside, we will experience the outside world. And I personally have moments where I'm really starting to worry about what's going on and where things are headed. But then I managed to snap out of it. And hey, I do believe that we are spirits who wanted to have a 3D experience on this planet. So if the world is ending, if like they say there's a meteorite hitting us in December or whatever, yeah, we'll all die. Okay, so the experience in the 3D world will end. As am I a spirit who's having a 3D experience here, it's just like, okay, the movie ends, so now we can start doing something else, or the game ends, or whatever you want to call it. So, am I worried? No, I do not need to worry. But hey, some people are really doing nothing else than spreading fear and being focused on fear, and then they wonder why they're getting sick, why they're having problems sleeping, why they're having problems with other people, why they're having only problems coming on their path. And then I haven't been sick for 2, maybe 3 years already. I haven't had a flu for 2-3 years, and maybe I was sick, like, yeah, I had a back problem, but I know it was emotional, and I found the source, and so I resolved it. And yes, I had some massages too, but in the end I had to resolve it energetically. But aside from that, I've been healthy. Even now, with all the danger that's going around, ooh, we can all die. There's this huge virus is going to kill us all. Well, I personally do not know one person who got sick with the flu since the start of the year, let alone a person who died from it. So, and I've been interacting with a lot of people, physically and digitally. So I would have known. Especially in these times, people would have said something out loud. So, but hey, I do not believe that whatever is going on is going to affect me. Yes, my life changed partially. I had to adapt. But I found my way to just live my life and not to let it be a blockage, but actually see the positive in it. The whole lockdown resulted in a very clean city. Much less noise, less dust, less CO2. The air quality really boosted. And I still got to go out because I had legal reasons to go out. I found them, I created some of them, it was all legal. And so I had my exercise, I had my walks, I had my fresh air, I had my interaction with people, I did my charity work for the food bank. But one of the things I was forced to do was to switch more to online work. And the switch just happened. Was the problem? In the end, no. Have I been suffering? Only when I chose to go and play the drama queen, go into the drama of things and stay there. But you can see, my energy is much better than a year ago, or definitely 2 years or 3 years ago. You can see the difference. Yes, there are waves, but yeah, I cleaned up my own shit, and so I'm manifesting a different reality. Look at Nelson Mandela. He was in prison for 20 plus years, maybe 30, I don't remember exactly. He made a choice not to suffer, not to deteriorate, not to go into fear, not to go into anger. He came out a gentle, loving, strong man. It's a choice. So is any of the physical stuff that you see real? Well, it's real for you. It's real for me? Depends. But we are creating our own realities by the decisions we make, by the actions we take. And it starts, for example, by what do we focus on? What do we do with our news feeds? On Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, whatever social media we're using. We choose, and then we act. I hope this answered the question. If not, if there are still questions here, or if this got new questions pop up in you, then please, whoever you are, whatever questions you have, post them in the comments or send me a direct message, and I'll do my best to answer them. You're actually doing that, you're actually putting questions, is you moving forward, is you acting, is you interacting, is you manifesting, is you changing, or at least being open to change. So keep moving. Like, subscribe, and share.